Hello and welcome. I'm going to give you a walkthrough of a challenge from the Microsoft Excel Collegiate Challenge 2026 Regionals competition. This is called Credit Score Analysis. This is the varsity version. And this is going to go out on the MECC channel and on my channel. So whichever one of those you're watching it on, go check out the other one. All right, so full disclosure, I have played this case before. I did a test solve of it. And I didn't use that video for the walkthrough because I misread the date information. I don't know if this clarifying header about the format was added since or if I just missed it, but anyway, I thought these dates, I read 9/19 as like September the 19th as opposed to September 2019, and hence got lots of the answers wrong. But anyway. Okay, so we've got two sets of data. One is a list of 5,000 consumers by ID with a name, whether they're deceased or not, and their address. Then we've got a trade line data with multiple lines per consumer, with information on credit lines and inquiries, and what type they are, the inquiry date if it's an inquiry, the date opened and last update, and various other things if it's an account, the credit limit, the balance, the lender if it's active, and historical delinquency. So I'm going to make both of these into tables right off, because that'll make it much easier to work with the data. So I'll call this, I don't know, I guess TL for trade lines. I like to use short names, not when I'm doing real things, but when I'm doing competition stuff, because it just makes it easier. We'll call this, I don't know, P for people. Works for me. Okay. So let's dive on into the questions. Each person has their own unique customer ID. Multiple people may have the same name. How many people in the dataset have the given consumer name? So that'll be just countifs. P consumer name. Oops, sorry, consumer name tab complete. How many times is it equal to that? And just check that that matches that. It does. And then we should have odd, even, odd, and we do. And off we go. Level 2, which consumer is this? While many people have the same name, the combination of a person's name and address uniquely matches to a consumer ID. So okay, we want to look up based on a name and address, so let's just add name, add, and that could be name, and that, and I just copy the exact format to make sure it matches. So then we'll do XLOOKUP this in P name add, returning from P consumer ID. And we should have starting with 7, 2, 1, and 2, 2, all good. Okay. Where do they live? Okay, so we need to pull out the state. Right, yes, I remember this. So we have to extract it from this address. So first thing, you can kind of see that all of these seem to end with a 2-digit state code followed by a 5-digit zip code. So let's just take the right 8 of each of these and see if that looks, oops, right, looks generally pretty good. It does. It looks very consistent. So then take the left 2 of those. And then we'll XLOOKUP that in, I didn't make this one a table. Oops, I think this might be the only time I use it, so I guess it doesn't matter that much, but in better practice anyway. So the main thing is just to check that there aren't any errors here, and sure enough, all of those come out with a state code. Another way that would be a little bit more robust, for example, if you had something here that had a 9-digit zip code, would be to use regex extract, and you could look for a pattern like A to Z 2 space /D5, and then let's just say we want this part to be our capture group, and then I want the capture group to first match, and that would give me the state name in a more robust way. But anyway, you don't have to do that here because the format was a little more forgiving. So yeah, we're just looking up a consumer ID and getting back state. So let's look up this in P consumer ID, returning from P state. That's New York, and then we want a T. Oops, sorry. That's New York. We want a T, an N, and an N, and we're away. Okay. Level 4. Credit card is one type of account considered within your FICO score calculation in the trade line data tab. Any account with industry of bank card is a credit card. How many open credit cards with a balance greater than 0 does the consumer ID have? So, key thing to notice here is that, I mean, I think that you would hope I would bet you in real world data this would not hold perfectly, but you would hope that any closed account should have a balance of 0, and sure enough, that is the case. But balance of 0 does not mean closed, so you can have open accounts. Yeah, not a lot of them. Oh, literally only one. Wow, okay. Anyway, so you can have open accounts with a balance of 0. So we want to count ifs. Actually, let's just put this somewhere. So I want open, and I want bank card. I'll just mark those as inputs. There we go. Then I want count ifs, where P consumer ID is this, and P, sorry, not P, TL. Consumer ID is this here, and TL, what did it say? The industry of bank card, industry code is bank card lock, and TL status, no, what was it called? Account status, activity status is open lock. And this should be 4, and it is, and then we want even, odd, even. Yep, that looks good. Okay, level 5, credit card utilization is the total balance as a percentage of the total credit limit for all trade lines with activity status equals open and industry code equals bank card. Yeah, so let's just going to name that O and B for ease of reference later. And then if I come down here, so now I want some ifs. So these are the conditions where the consumer ID is this and the industry code is bank card and the status is open, which I'll now just refer to as B and O. And then I want to sum the credit limit, and then I want to divide that by the sum of the balance. And then I want to do what with that? Convert that into, I'm slightly confused as to why that would be a 2. Yeah, I mean, credit limit should be high. Oh, sorry. It's because I've done it the wrong way around because I'm a clown. Okay. Yeah, I'm dividing the balance by the credit limit, not the credit limit divided by the balance. And then it should always be less than 1. Again, probably with some exceptions about real life data. So now we're going to multiply by 100 and round to 0 decimal places. Round. Yeah, round. And that sure enough gives 37. And between 50 and 60, 50 and 60, and 30 and 40, all good. Ooh, we got some div zeros. If the consumer has 0 open credit cards, enter -999. Okay, so we'll say if error -999. Okay, level 6. A credit inquiry happens when a consumer applies for a loan and the lender checks the consumer's credit. New credit inquiries modestly lower a consumer's FICO score. However, sometimes consumers shop for credit by applying to multiple lenders at the same time. For simplicity, assume FICO only counts 1 inquiry within any given month, regardless of product type. How many counted credit inquiries are there for the given consumer name? Okay. So I want to filter TL. What I want the where are we going? Regardless of product type. Okay, so I just want to filter the inquiry date where TL record type equals inquiry and TL consumer ID equals, no, sorry, not consumer ID. Oh, do we have a name in here or do I have to look that up elsewhere? We don't have a name. Okay, fine. So I'll have to go get a name. Well, we can do that. So we're TL and, okay, yes, so we have a unique name to ID correspondence for this level, fine. So TL consumer ID equals XLOOKUP this in P name, sorry, not P name address, P, what is it, consumer name? Yes. Let's go up here so we're not behind my face. Returning from P consumer ID. Okay, so this gives me their ID. This checks that that matches that. So it's inquiries for that name, and we're returning the list of dates. And sure enough, then I can take unique of that to see how many dates there are in total, and then just count the rows of that. And that's my answer. Okay, so just quickly check, even, odd, looks good. Okay. Installment loans. Installment loans are paid off in a series of contractual payments. In the trade lines data, assume any account that is not a credit card is an installment loan. For the given consumer name and address, what % of open trade lines are installment loans? Okay, so first we'll just look up this, this in P name and address, returning from P consumer ID. And make that not look weird. Okay, so then what is the question? We want what percentage of open trade lines are installment loan, meaning not credit cards. Fine. So I want, yeah, let's just do it. Okay, so countifs, TL, record type is, what is it called? Credit line. TL, consumer ID is I-299, and TL activity status is open. So that's all of them, and then I want to know how many of those are not credit cards. So I'm going to copy that, paste it, and then I'm going to say here where TL industry code is not bank card. Give me 20. Oh, yeah, okay, 20. Yes, sorry, I saw 33% up here, but yes, it's 20. Okay, cool. So then that times 100 rounded to 0 decimal places. And then we need to wrap it in an if error to say if it's an error minus 999. Okay, and quick spot check on these. Less than 10, 15, 25, 30, 40. Okay, looks good. Let's, oops, all right. Let's go to the bonuses. Wait, why do these have answers in? Okay, right. Yeah, let's just copy value paste those out. I don't know why those have answers in. How many of the 50 US states have no consumers represented? So I guess we could do 50 minus rows of unique of P state. Why is P state not completing? Huh? Oh, sorry, I flipped to the other file. That's what's going on. I have the file with the answers in it to check later, but that's not where I meant to go. Oops, 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 sorry. Okay, so here's the one where they're blank. And now we'll do 50 minus rows of P state. Sorry, rows of unique of P state. So there should be 6 states not represented. Good. In December 2025, FICO would assign a credit score to individuals who are not deceased and who had at least one credit account that was updated during the months July through December 2025. How many people would have a FICO score? Okay. So these are nasty text dates. So let me just see if I do unique of, and then if I do sort of this, does it sort? No, it doesn't. It sorts by month first, and then, yeah, okay, fine. So then I guess I'll do, what are we doing this on? We're doing at least one credit account updated. Okay. Update date, first of month. So that'll be date of 2000 plus right of this. Month will be left of this. And it looks like we've got, it says M, but it's actually MM because I see a 04 there. So left of that too. Although just in case it's formatted differently elsewhere, let's be safe and do text before this slash. Ooh, wrong slash, that slash. And 1. And then let's just do an if date equals blank, then blank, otherwise this stuff. Okay. And then we'll format that as a date. What? Why is that an 05? Oh, sorry, right 2, not just right. There we go, that's better. Okay, and now my range is from February to December 25. Fine. So, we'll do last update, and we'll do max ifs TL update date first of month, where TL consumer ID is this. Okay. Oh, I guess these are sorted by that. Seems a little weird, but something's looking sketchy here. No, okay, fine. I guess, oh yeah, there's only a few hundred of them that are actually in the data. Okay. Fine. So then I want countifs, July through December. So I want countifs P, deceased is false, and P, last update is greater than or equal to, and date 2025-7-1. Okay, how many counted credit inquiries were made for consumers in the state with the most counted credit inquiries? Okay. Counted inquiries. Following level 6 rules. So, where this is equal to this. And we'll say if error 0. Okay, and then what's the question? How many counted credit inquiries for consumers in this state? Okay, fine. So then we'll group by state, and these, and sum, and no totals, and -2. And there you go, California with 109 is the biggest. And we can just take the max of those and put it over here. Okay, 2 more. What are the total outstanding balances of all installment loans in the trade line data? Okay, so we say sum ifs of TL balance. I don't need to worry about open because if it's closed, it doesn't have a balance. So it's just where TL industry code is B. Sorry, no, it is not B. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. Okay, and then how old in months was the oldest open credit card account in the trade line data? Okay, so I guess I need another date here, which is going to be the date opened. Date opened. And this can be almost the same, but replace all references to last update with date opened. Okay, and then I'm interested in the oldest one of these for an open line. So we'll filter for open. And oops. Oldest one of these is 2015. January 2015. Okay. So how old in months in December? Okay, so I guess we're counting 12 times, what, 15 to 25 is 11 years. And that's it. All right, I'll check if I got the answers right, but assuming I did, then that's the end. All right, looks like that checks out. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Sorry, a small correction on this one. I scanned and I thought I got it right, but I didn't. I guess the intention here was to say if it opened in, say, November 25 and now it's December 25, it's 1 month old. Reasonable. I thought of it as going from like the start of January to the end of December. So anyway, it just makes a difference of off by 1. That's it. That's all I got for now. Thanks for watching. See you next time.